Alrighty, so I want to talk about this because I've had several questions about co-parenting, in your 40s, especially because we just had a quinceañera for my daughter. So I got a lot of questions from moms. Uh, it was some from dads too, like just asking, like, hey, as far as like you guys co-parenting, because you're obviously Mexican and the dad's not, like, how did that work out as far as the quinceañera? I had some who even said, like, did he contribute financially? So let me tell you my point of view. This event, it was for my daughter. And there is no reason for me to not want her to have her dad, her stepmom, her other side of her family there. Because if she feels that she is safe and that that is her family, then as her mom, because all I care about is her best interest, that should be the only thing that matters to me. And it, at the end of the day, anything that we went through as far as parents or, as adults or within our marriage or our life, that doesn't determine whether he's a good dad or not. It doesn't. But if in my daughter's heart, she felt that she needed to have them there, she's entitled to those feelings. And I know as Latinas, we don't come from that background. And the reason why I decided to do things this way was because I had a quinceañera and it sucked. It was horrible when your parents are making it about them, when they are making you feel guilty because you choose something. So, I mean, if you're Latina, you know the pressures. At the end of the day, it's kind of like, okay, was this for you or was it for me? And I didn't want this to be a party for myself. If I wanted to throw a party for myself, then I could do that. And I appreciate the people who did come, and who didn't, it's all good. Like, it just is what it is. But here's what I also want to say as a mom. It isn't, to me, money's going to come and go. And money is just a resource to help us, in this life. Although people are like, money doesn't buy happiness. It does, because with money, obviously, we can do things for our kids. We can take them somewhere. We can feed them. So, I mean, if you're saying if that doesn't make you happy to see your children flourish and enjoy, money, then, I mean, you're not understanding that concept. And to me, it wasn't even about how much more money am I going to get as a mom. No, it's just show up, be there for her. Please, by all means, be part of her happiness. And that is where, as parents, we need to learn to separate ourselves. Put yourself in your kids' shoes sometimes. When you make your decisions, are you really making those for yourself and because you feel a certain way, or are you making them for them? Are you genuinely thinking about their best interest? And everything that I've done within my kids' life, I've done it thinking about their best interest and not what I wanted. Because I'm going to disappoint a lot of people right now. Just because we have kids doesn't mean we're geniuses. Just because we have kids doesn't mean we know it all. And if we think about our parents and how they've had traumas and pass those on to us, it is up to us to pretty much stop that. And I vowed with my kids that, because my parents always fought about money, and it was like we were a burden unless there was a paycheck, I didn't want my kids to feel that way. And if, as a mom, you think getting money compensates for feeling, that child's void, or for them not having that other parent, you're so mistaken. Money doesn't, that is one thing that money will not fill, is a child's emotions, their need for their father. And I know how much I needed my dad, and I know how hard it was to not have him, even though he lived 5 minutes away. And I didn't bring this little girl into this world thinking, I'm going to take you completely away from your dad. That I would be insane to think that. And for a lot of us moms who do that, just know, try to make your decisions not based off your emotions. Make it based off of really your child, how they feel, and learn to talk to them. Okay, don't make decisions without talking to them. Talk to them like adults, because that's ultimately where they're going to get. Okay, they're not dumb. The fact that some of us even question their intelligence is disrespectful because kids can understand so much. And all it takes is talking to them, not assuming for them, not not thinking that, oh, well, I'm your mom, so I'm going to know better. It doesn't work that way. And I know a lot of moms are going to be upset with this. And guys, if you see this and you're like, hey, you know what, Martha, thanks, send it. Send it to somebody else. But here's the thing. We tend to parent based off of our traumas. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know, if our parents, were too hard on us, we end up being not as hard on our kids because we're like, well, that's not what we wanted. We needed this. So we tweak it. We're like, well, this is what our kids need. And in parenting, there's no right or wrong way. There isn't. So if you're that parent, okay, who's stuck on, it's got to be about the money or we have to go halfers, it's not always like that. And when you teach your kids that, you know what, some days, yeah, your dad might not be able to pick up that bill. He might not be able to do that, but he's still figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. Because let's be serious. As chicks, we're also figuring it out. Okay? And we just think, well, we've got it all together. No, we don't. We're figuring it out too. And so are dads. And it would be crazy of me to penalize my daughter, for anything. If there was any type of emotion or feeling that I felt or just anything. I don't know if that makes sense. Like when you just have that feeling of peace and you love seeing your child just happy, you realize that that's what really matters. And I think back and I wish I would have done things so much differently, especially with my boys because they didn't have the same opportunities that my daughter does. By having me around and knowing certain things now, so, that saying hurt people. Yes, it's true. So if you've got a quinceañera coming up, hey, you're going to survive. Okay. Don't be that greedy parent. Do it for the kids and do it for just that sense of, wow, like this is what I wish I would have had. And then you see it through their eyes and their appreciation and learn to share where you come from, your experiences. I've had to tell my daughter, like, this is why I act this way, or this is why I want to make it about you, or this, and she's understanding that. She's like, I get it. And so I tell her, it's not that I don't want to be involved or take over. It's just, this is for you. I don't want to be that parent who is going to take over it. And then you're going to be like, well, that was nice. Thanks. Now that's done with. So co-parenting, do it. Alrighty. Do it nice. Stop being mean already. And be sure to share this with someone who needs it and you need to follow as well. We're talking about everything in here. And I need like a title for this because obviously I'm in our closet. So, and I like it here. Like this is perfect height. My chair's perfect. I'm like Martita's Closet Confessions or something. Closet Confessions in your 40s. I need a good title. All right.